Welcome, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Madden Underground Game of the Week. You have an opportunity to witness the PS5 game between VA Assassin and the Los Angeles Chargers and the Houston Texans, handled by Big Show. By the Big Show, Memphis Doug. Thank you for the correction, Brian James. This is Martin Luther King Monday. I gotta admit, man, I stayed up late last night watching the last of us, so I'm a little bit tired. Appreciate that. Can't wait to get you back on the mic. Um, this is going to be a very intriguing AFC matchup. Obviously, both competitors are very skilled at what they do, and this is the first game of the week that we've had with PS5 after the league had to be rebooted. So shout out to everybody in the league. It's been a great opportunity for everybody to get a fresh new start. And speaking of fresh new starts, Assassin is off to a great start in this first drive. About 3:20 left to go in the first quarter on a 4-yard line. And that's one of the things that we'll have to be paying attention to is all the owners in the league, they had to restart. Unfortunately, they lost the league due to the EA servers. And, everybody took it on the chin. Some of them reloaded their team. Some of them got an opportunity to have upgraded quarterbacks, their overalls, since the league cut out right before the playoffs started for season 2. And we're seeing Assassin pretty much pick up where he left off. So he's on the board now, 7-0. And Memphis Doug is going to have an opportunity to try to get back into this game with 3:01 left to go in the first quarter. So let's see what he can do with these rebooted Texans. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Yeah, this makes for an interesting game because Assassin, as you said, alluded to the league rebooted. Assassin, he had a loaded squad, so him rebooting and going back to the stock Chargers, that's a huge difference. It makes for a huge difference, So
Yeah, and at this point, when you've won a Super Bowl and your team was loaded, nobody really wants to trade with you. So you pretty much have to pick up the pieces and start from scratch. But it looks like them Chargers, they starting off in the backfield. So that's a great way to start off this game. What do you know of the matchups in the past between Assassin and Memphis Doug?
uh, this was the AFC Championship right here. So last season it was the AFC Championship. It was looking like it was headed in that direction again before the league crashed, and I don't know if it's the stadium or what, but it's pretty dark. The dim lighting. I don't know if they paid the electric bill for only half of the stadium, but this game is pretty dark, dim and dark.
It's definitely setting the mood. It's overcast. We know that, and I'm seeing a lot of dots here. A lot of small windows. Um, what is it that you think, even though that these teams have rebooted, what is it that you think is going to work for Memphis Doug in this situation? Is it home field? Um, what have you seen from him before the reboot that showed you that he was ready to beat Assassin and get to the Super Bowl?
Oh, strip. Oh, and he's going. He's big man trying to run. Big man definitely trying to run. No, it was well for Memphis Doug. Memphis Doug has been an elite player. He's done work in the MCS. Put up good numbers, great wins. A high level competitor, and he's also a member of the Toxic Boys too. So, Memphis Doug is not much you can't say about him. He's been in the league for over. I think he's been in the league since we started it. Since we started doing the PS5 league, he's been here. So, shout out to Memphis Doug. He's been doing this thing for a very, very long time.
Yeah, when you talk about that, you talk about the Toxic Boys. Obviously, the first thought that comes to mind is VA Dimes, and we had a great opportunity to speak with him after he won the Super Bowl and the Xbox Pro League on Wednesday. So if you didn't get a chance to catch that podcast, you definitely want to check it out. A lot of name dropping, a lot of information shared, a lot of good
Good
drama
move.
and history. But Do you see any of what we experienced talking to VA Dimes on the PS5 side? Are there any rivalries that are worth mentioning, or is it pretty pretty neutral?
Um, early, yeah, definitely early game of the week. We was they wanted to start before the Cowboys game, so I appeased them and allowed them to do so. We'll do a rebroadcast of it for those of you that didn't get to see it live. We'll rebroadcast it again tomorrow at the original time, which is supposed to be
Mm-hmm.
5 o'clock. But we'll definitely check it out. But yeah, uh, I like I said, Assassin is an elite player. He won the Super Bowl last season. Uh, Memphis Doug is a Toxic Boy member who's proven to be one of the best in the league as well. Um, yeah, you can catch it on YouTube. So we'll be rebroadcasting, and we got some things coming to the Madden Underground Twitch. We're probably gonna have some form of a 24-hour stream coming real soon.
Oh
Where
wow.
we'll be rebroadcasting games back to back to back to back. So there'll always be something on here at some point in time. And B Guard holding it down in the chat.
Definitely holding it down in the chat. I mean, we you talk about that. We saw the stiff arm from Memphis Doug. I mean, the Texans punched their way literally into the end zone. So we got ourselves a tie ball game, 7-7, 5:31 left to go in the second quarter. You talked about how we're actually broadcasting this game a little bit early, and I want to get your thoughts on the NFL playoffs, because I thought that we saw some very good games, and there were a couple of controversial calls as always. And I felt like it could have been some upsets, but there really wasn't. So, what was your take on what you got a chance to see this weekend, and what are you looking forward to with the game tonight?
I'm looking forward to just a high quality game, man. We like I said, it's Dak is trying to be the first African American quarterback to beat Brady in the playoffs, and the irony of it.
Is that a thing?
That is a fact. That is a fact.
That's a
So,
thing.
so,
Wow.
and the irony of it being on the Martin Luther King. Oh my God, Mike Williams out there balling, and he's cooking. He gets to about the 4-yard line
Yeah, that was an amazing
on MLK Day.
catch.
Yeah, on MLK Day, like that makes it even more hilarious. But yeah, we got Dak trying to make Black history, and on the Martin Luther King Day, it's awesome, man. You got Monday night playoff games now. This is something that probably wasn't never been done before, from what I know. And another dot by Assassin to Mike Williams. Assassin's pretty elite, bro. Like everything with his game is fluid. You can see why he's a sponsored player. He dominates in franchise. He's elite in the tournaments circuit too. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, he's making a lot of good reads, and
we got a lot of new faces coming over to the PS5 side. We have to reboot, so we got wide receiver Woody. He jumped into the PS5 side. He has the Jaguars now. We got Inglewood. He took over the Washington Commanders. PS5 is pretty loaded, as you can see Dime saying in the chat right now. PS5 is pretty loaded right now. So that's something that I would like to commend everybody that's participating in the PS5 league. The guys have been pretty active in getting their games completed. It's a good group of guys. I can say the least. It's like, okay, and then on top of that, there's no drama over there. There's no.
And that was my earlier question.
That's what I love about PS5. There's no complaining. There's no crying. There's no whining. Dudes just getting on, playing their games, getting on. I like it. You know what I'm saying? PS5 has been my peace of mind. So shout out to all the PS5 guys doing their job and getting their games in. And on the Xbox side, we got a good group of guys over there too. It's just a little bit more rah-rah, but definitely.
Speaking of rah-rah, there's an interception by the Chargers.
I don't have to purge the chat in PS5.
Well, I mean, you may have to. You know what I mean? Like, you got two toxic boys in the chat right now, and we're watching Assassin jump out to an early lead on one of their homies. Just gotta wonder, what is it that separates the complaining in Xbox from the lack of complaining in PS5? I mean, it's basically the same game. Abilities are on both sides of the ball. I mean, what is it that you don't hear about set feet lead or raising up the quarterbacks on the PS5 side of things that you do in Xbox? Why
Well,
why why? I mean, you're in both leagues, so what is it?
it's the dudes just play their games, bro. They just get on play and you see they lock in. Memphis Douglas is playing with the Texans. He has Davis Mills at quarterback, and he hasn't said much of anything about it the entire year.
Okay, well, it's 21-7 right now, and I'm pretty sure that Memphis Doug also had a very, very nicely built team, uh, before the reboot. So, when you have success and then you have to start over like this, um, obviously the advantage goes to the Chargers because they clearly have the better team. Um, but what is it that you expect to see this season, with everybody that's new to the league, and everybody that basically they're restarting with their teams? Do you expect for any of the newcomers like wide receiver Woody to make a splash? What is it
Yeah,
that you're looking
I
forward to?
expect, like I said, I expect everybody to be competitive. That's what I've seen on the
Hmm.
PS5 side. There's everybody competes. That's what it's about, competing at the end of the day. So I commend all those guys in that sense. And like I said, you see the trades are different. The trades are different. Dudes just like I said, dudes just play. They're out there. The focus is having fun. On it's just
Right.
dudes just getting out there, locking in, playing, and enjoying franchise mode. And I see Honcho. If you guys are tuning in, Honcho and Diggs are in the hell game as well.
Well, the
Um,
game is over actually.
who won?
Hancho came away with the W, 41-35.
Wow.
So, um,
Diggs takes his second loss of the year, which is
yeah, yeah.
uncharacteristic. Or it could just mean that the league is trending in a different direction now. So
Well, yeah, I mean, it could mean a lot of things, but one thing that it doesn't mean is that he's not going to be in the playoffs and fighting for an opportunity to win another Super Bowl. So, you know, it's a lot to be said when you've only lost two games in 1.5 seasons. So, he'll be fine.
yeah, he's lost four games in 3 seasons.
Well, yeah, 4 games in 3 seasons.
Or two and a
Two
half
games in
seasons.
one and
Two
a
and a
half.
half.
So, I mean, that's pretty
So
damn good.
yeah, that's pretty good. PS5 doesn't have a dude that's hated by a majority of the people in there. Not well. I don't think anybody cares that much. Like they're not too invested personally in the people. It's more so just their teams and just getting in, playing, and leaving. It's not really, like I said, it's not really that dramatic. People, have people, agents of chaos, working within the scenes and behind the scenes. You know what I mean? So it's just none of that. So it's just a little bit more peaceful on the PS5 side. Not to say
But
that a little drama isn't good every now and then, but
oh no, it makes for great TV. But you and Bgard are both of you. I mean, those are two great reasons. If you don't have a guy that's hated by the majority, and then you just have people that want to come in and play your games. I mean,
oh wow, great run right there. Good
you know
good Hezzy breaks out and he's into the end zone. Austin
that's
Eckler.
that's what you're looking forward to. And then you just have to wonder, with the Chargers scoring the way that they did, as we saw, 28-7. Um, is anybody going to put Shoe Clock on here? Assassin seems to be in the groove. He seems to be rocking out on this Martin Luther King holiday. He's obviously getting ready for the Monday night game.
Now this
Do
was this
you
was
expect?
the
Do you
entire
expect for
purpose.
him to tap out though, or
Who?
or put on at least Shoe Clock? What is Memphis Doug going to do here? Is he going to play this whole game out, or is he going to tap
Memphis
out early?
Doug is a player. Like
Okay.
Memphis Doug is a player, bro. Like he started with this exact same team last year and took him to the AFC Championship. I don't see him doing anything less this year. And he's a good player. Like I said, he's a good player. Him in comparison to Assassin's team, there's a huge gap. We see that, But
Yeah.
nonetheless, Doug is a dude that gets in, plays his game. He's not crying. He's not moaning. He's not doing anything. He takes his losses like a man, says good game, daps it up, and goes on to get ready for the next one. You know.
Well, the chat seems to disagree with you a little bit. I mean, we have the Xbox Pro League owner, Cal Bear. He's rocking with the Texans, doing big things with the Texans. His assessment of the reboot. He doesn't feel that Memphis Doug's team is giving him a competitive advantage, and the same thing with Bgard. They both seem to feel that he's at a disadvantage, and nobody's going to say that Memphis Doug is going to quit. We don't expect that from him.
Why would he
But
quit? This is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this is the exact same roster that he started the season with in season 1. And in season 1, he was 1 game away from the Super Bowl. He collected more money than everybody else that had better, like majority of the league that had better teams than him. From the league with the Texans. So that's just to say the type of player, the quality of player he is, the caliber of player he is, and like I said, he's like I said, the thing, what's crazy about the PS5 league? Day 1, we get in there, the Bills trade their quarterback. The Bills trades his quarterback, and people said he was crazy for it. I thought it was crazy personally myself. But then you see the type of the defense, the way his defense plays because of the trade that he made. And
I mean, that's an excellent point, and that's one of the things that we talked about early on, because you're right. Memphis Doug had a lot of success, but that was 4 months ago. It's a different game, couple patches, a lot of trauma we've all experienced, and some of those trades that he made in that first season, he was unable to make this year. So
I don't think he's even attempted to. I think he just got on. He's still leading he's winning our division right now. So it's like he's okay. Doug is okay. He's in firm hold of the division right now, unless Woody does something different with those Jaguars. But Memphis Doug is the guy to beat in the AFC South. So that means that he's probably almost, if not guaranteed, a spot in the playoffs regardless, because he's dominating our division. He's not like, there's no guy in our division that's beat him yet. So he's doing a good job of competing and doing a good job of winning the games that he can win in our division. That's where it starts at. I think a lot of people look at it, they're too busy focusing on what other people have and not focusing on what's in front of them. And like that right there, and he threw a pick. But
and so that's what I'm saying. So basically, based on what we're seeing happen here today, and assuming that Memphis Doug wins the AFC South, he has to know that this team has to get better for him to make a run in the playoffs, because right now, he's not having success against this Chargers team on either side of the ball. So
this is almost the exact thing that happened in the AFC Championship, if you don't remember. Assassin came out with a game plan. He sat in that cover 3, cover 4, majority of the game, and Doug tried to throw in the coverage, but Doug actually had faster receivers last season. This year and this season, he doesn't have as fast receivers because of the reboot. But nonetheless, he's still competing.
Again, shout out to Cal Bear with the Coke on Brian. Made it look quite a bit autocorrect. Yeah, changed it to come.
Come on, dude, come on. Like, you can't just say he changed it. Like, you gotta add the come on, bro. Like, you can't just be on stream yelling out. Like,
I actually like the Coke on Brian. I like it.
I
like it. Keeps it edgy because you said there's no drama in the PS5, but I mean, look, 38-7. Obviously, as you said, Memphis Doug is having success in the AFC South. He's winning that division, and
it's ugly over there, bro. It's ugly. You watched my game the other night. It's ugly over there. It's gonna be a bloodbath. With Woody joining. I'm not gonna say he's a step up above JB or a step down from JB. We got JB in there with the Jags the first season, and it was tough. It was real tough. But like I said, Memphis Doug dominated that division. But
yeah, but you told me off air last night. You told me that with Woody being in the division, that was 2 easy wins for you, and that you expected to just kind of stack them chips.
Nah, I haven't beat Woody in this version of the game at all this year, so I'm not gonna. I definitely didn't say that. But what I will say is, Woody doesn't have his quarterback that he has in Xbox, so that gives me a better chance at.
And there we go.
A better chance at winning.
I'm not making any of this up, people.
And then on top of that, Woody doesn't know the buttons as well as I do. Go. So that's another addition to that runs in my favor.
There you go.
But he's rolling out. He throws back, and he has a man wide open. Collins. And Collins he's not a bad receiver, but Oh, Willie has. Oh, never mind. Take that back. Willie has Josh Allen in PS5. I
And
forgot.
there you go,
I
Cal
forgot.
Bear providing a little bit of information,
Yep.
which is
Yep.
which is
I,
which is
I
even
actually,
better
actually,
because
actually forgot
Cal
about
Bear
that.
didn't know half the players that were on his team or the other team. So the fact that he knew,
Yeah.
that a major trade like that had been made tells you that Cal Bear is in it to win it. He's aware of everything that's going on in the
Cal
transaction
Bear put
market.
up 69 points this week. So like he's definitely in it to win it.
Oh, he's been rolling.
Yeah. And
He's been
there's
rolling.
another interception.
It is.
And I don't think a lot of people are privy to the difference in passing the ball now. Like defense, they'll pick the ball off now. It's not like it's gonna be batted down and dropping interceptions. Not anymore. They're picking that joint off. You know what I'm saying? It could go the other way. It could go for 6 at any given time. But like I said, I like it. I like the way defense plays now. It's more aggressive. You can call certain things that you couldn't call before because now you can intercept the ball. But ad catches aren't as bad. It's almost like the receivers. If you're playing play the receiver. Oh wow! What? Oh my God! What was that? See, that's the difference. That's the difference.
That was pocket presence.
Oh, that you call that pocket presence. I call it negligence of inabilities to tackle the quarterback. What was that?
Okay, here we go again. You know what? We're gonna stop with all the EA bashing. You know, they made an amazing game.
That should have been a sack. That should have been a sack.
Clearly see
that should have been a sack. He had two people rubbing up against his thighs, and he
it may have looked that way to you.
Like, come on,
but
man.
He's glowing right now.
That's wild.
You know, he's ready to close this game out. So
that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. It makes no sense that. Oh, and another catch.
It makes perfect sense. You got two people out there glowing, man. Look, it's something you can't deny. It's inevitable. Assassin he's here to win it.
Assassin is a problem, man. Assassin is definitely a problem. But
yeah. Especially you get that kind of love. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, that should have been a sack.
That should have been a sack. Like,
but yeah, man. I mean,
that should have been an interception.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
That should have been an interception.
He's out there having fun. Those Chargers, they're pretty much doing whatever the hell they want out there on the field. Texans aren't enjoying this, but
okay, he got a sack. That was old to him. They should have gave him a strip sack fumble.
Yeah, but hey, look, it makes for great TV. Makes for great TV as we see another dot, and he punches it in for the touchdown. So, you talked about there being some changes in the game. You mentioned ad catches. Definitely. Obviously, I don't agree with you because, I had an opportunity to experience ad catching at its finest. Shout out to MP. Did a great job. No excuses. He made the plays.
Somebody made the play. MP whipped your ass. He
ad catched the mess out of you.
And you're a guy stopping the run. And you're a guy that it's hard to just blow you out because of the way you play. And he blew you out like you.
It was amazing, man. Yeah. Like I actually said a lot of prayers, for my DBs in that game. Brandon Echols, he did what he could, which was absolutely nothing. He got abused out there. And shout out to MP for looking for him on the field and targeting him and making the play. But those are the things that we all have the fun of experiencing. And you talked about you have a hell division.
Oh, good run. Great run.
And you talked about, Woody being in and Woody having to get used to playing in PS5. So what else is it that you've seen from the patch that makes you excited about at least the opportunity to compete in your division and have success in PS5?
I see a lot of people complaining about a lot of different things. One thing that I notice is the free form passing. If you can actually do that, it kind of helps you out if you don't have the abilities that you need, because you can kind of throw the ball away from the defense. Mm-hmm. That's something that's definitely necessary if you can get that down, and making sure your free form passing settings are correct. Making sure those I think you gotta calibrate those settings sometime and make sure that they're up to par, in the sense of up to speed to the quarterback. In the sense of the quarterback ratings that you have. Sometimes you do certain things. I see people having their freeform passing settings. Freeform passing settings. With the quarterback, that's something that you can use. but
Mm-hmm.
you got to adjust those settings because sometimes that's what I've learned. Like when I play certain people, and I know okay, my quarterback has 94 throw power, but I don't have the abilities, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's just lean on the 94 throw power, and let's put the ball somewhere where only the receiver can get it, opposed to trying to throw the routes that I think that's another difference too. In PS5, a lot of the guys in PS5 know that. So like if they don't have the abilities that you need to throw the ball,
Mm-hmm.
they're not gonna throw those routes that you can't. They're gonna come up with other routes. They have game plans tailored to their quarterback that they have and his strengths and weaknesses. They're not gonna run their same mud offense in these environments because it's not gonna be there. You know what I mean? I get it. You want to have those things and you want to have those luxuries, but in franchise you don't always have those luxuries. You know. So, but like I said, another thing that can compensate for that is free form passing. Get it down, learn how to use it, and maybe you can figure out how to get yourself open.
Well, you talk about that, but a lot of these guys, whether they're playing mud or not, I mean, it's not like they haven't been playing for an extended period of time with freeform passing. It just seems to be a difference between playing in other modes and then actually playing in CFM. Like it just doesn't seem
Now
to
you gotta
play the same way.
you have to change your settings in freeform with your freeform passing. Like I said, if your quarterback has 88 throw power, you might want to change your settings because you're not gonna be able to throw that deep post. First off, he has 88 throw power, right? He's under that 90 threshold. He's not gonna make that throw. It's gonna float in the air, hang in the air a little bit longer, right? Your quarterback
Okay.
got 94 throw power, 92 throw power. You might want to mess with those freeform passing settings. You may want to make the move the thing a little further out so you can lead the receiver so you don't underthrow him. And that's by holding the L trigger or L2 button for the guys that don't know. I see guys high point passing everything. I was one of those guys at first until I started messing around with it. But freeform passing can actually help you out if you don't have the quarterback with if you don't have the quarterback with the ratings or the abilities that you need.
Yeah, well, it's good advice, but again, it's something that it's really hard to measure when you have the modes playing differently or just playing the way that they've been playing lately. And these are some of the best in the world, and no doubt that anytime we get a patch that it can shift the balance of power. So what is it that you're seeing from this reboot in the PS5 league um, that tells you that there may be some new front runners in the playoff run this year?
I think it's just certain guys taking it more serious. Like I seen Cal Bear allude to the AFC West, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got Thomas Graham, you got Sprint, you got Assassin, and you got Jay Savvy, right? All these
Mm-hmm.
guys are elite, competing at a high level right now, and they're winning. So that division is going to be a tough division. Assassin, Sprint, and Jay Savvy, they're top 5 in the league right now, and they're hard to beat. These are guys in the AFC that's locking down the AFC. They're doing their thing in the AFC. So, great defense. See, and there you go, interception. 2 weeks ago, that would have just been an incomplete pass. That's an interception now. That's what I'm talking about in the patch. So if you can get your hand like the SWAT mechanism, if you can get your hand up there to SWAT, 9 times out of 10, if you got a safety over the top, it's gonna be an interception and going the other way. I watched the stream today, and a guy threw like 5 or 6 interceptions in the game. I watched a couple streams this week where the number of interceptions people are acquiring now are at a higher level. They're actually doubled or maybe even tripled in the league this year because of the patch. Oh wow! Look, see, and another interception. But
Well, I mean, he threw it into triple coverage.
yeah,
You would want to see that happen. But Calbear asked a great question in the chat. Based on your experience, is tip drill useless now?
you
Based
don't
on the
you
patch.
don't you don't need it. You don't need it. Guys without the ability are intercepting the ball now. So like if there's another ability that you can find use out of, I would use that ability instead of the tip drill or the pick artist, if you can get a one step ahead or a outside or inside shade, or use both of those abilities on something, or deep ball knockout or mid knockout, or me personally, I would rather use one of those, because now if the ball's in the air, anybody can pick it off. Linebackers can pick it off now. Like anybody can pick the ball off now. So I actually like the fact that EA did that. All they got to do now is make linebackers be able to jump again.
And there we see Assassin, had the halfback wheel route open, decided he was going to wait for that corner route to come open. And, 52-14, 6 seconds left to go. What are some of the things that we can look forward to in 2023 with Madden Underground?
Just a lot of different games, a lot of different just different things we're gonna be doing with the league. Like I said, the one of the things we're gonna be doing, we're gonna be airing old classic games, like when Dines first came to the league, when Cal Bear first came to the league. Some of the games that we recorded with MP versus, we got a classic game with MP versus BKP in the snow. We're gonna air those games. We're gonna air a lot of these different games that people haven't seen, and so they can understand the history and roots of Madden Underground and where it comes from, where it's going, and the direction we'd like to go, and just get back to just making things, just building up camaraderie and morale, amongst the players. So that's just something that I think is necessary at this point in time.
Okay. So we're gonna make the game great again. I like that.
Yeah, well, try to make
that's
the
great.
league,
that's a great slogan. That's
the
a great
league great.
slogan. You should think about that. Yeah.
So.
Okay. All right. Well, look, it's a wrap, man. That game is over. Obviously, Memphis Doug didn't have the showing that he was, looking forward to having. But, like you mentioned before, he's leading the AFC South, so we expect to be seeing him in the playoffs. And, maybe the outcome will be different this time when he plays against Assassin.
Definitely.
But, you still got to give us your take on the playoff games this weekend, because, you talk about the AFC South and those Jags that knocked off your Titans in week 18. I mean, they had a hell of a comeback. It was an amazing, amazing show. And, you talk a little bit about Trevor Lawrence and what the future holds for him in the AFC South.
Like I said, the Jaguars are a scary team right now. I actually thought I was hoping the Seahawks upset the 49ers. That would have been awesome. Maybe not for the playoffs and ratings and TV, but that would have been awesome. What's up, Memphis Doug? Good game, good showing, and good quality game, man. Although it didn't go out in your favor, but way to stick it out. But yeah, I'm eager to see this Cowboy game. Like I said, we're up. Brady has an opportunity. Well, Dak has an opportunity to do something that's never been done before, and that's an African American quarterback beat Brady in the playoffs.
I mean, it's football, but we have to make it racial in some component. Like
it's not necessarily racial. It's just it's an actual fact and stat, and we're playing on MLK Day, so. Just the fact that it's MLK Day, you got Dak taking on Brady, and he has an opportunity to set some Black history on MLK Day.
It's terrible.
I honestly don't. It
should just be a quarterback.
The odds are in Dak's favor tonight. That's just my opinion. Like the odds are in his favor because of you never know. But the rest of the games, I like the Bills. I like the Bills going. I think we're gonna have a Bills Chiefs run in at some point. As far as the NFC goes, I think the Giants, if the Eagles come in playing around, I think the Giants can knock them off, and that'll be a huge upset in a lot of people's opinion, but not mine, because I think the Giants are playing out of their mind right now. 49ers are going to the NFC Championship. That's a lock. Like, they're going to be there. So it's just who's going to meet them there at this point.
Okay. Well, I mean, those are some pretty bold statements there, sir. Because it was a lot. This weekend was a lot. We saw a lot of things happen, but I don't know how the Bengals are going to react. Obviously, they had a hell game going against the Ravens. The Ravens had an opportunity to win that game. They didn't. The Bills actually probably could have lost to the Dolphins, and they didn't. So you didn't see any red flags. There were no concerns, for some of these heavily favored teams this weekend.
No. I in my opinion, I thought the Bengals looked really, really. Yeah, I don't think the Cowboys ever beaten Brady. It could be a first. It would be beneficial to the bookies. Yeah, that would definitely be beneficial to the bookies.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I thought the Bills, they looked sketchy against the Dolphins. I thought the Bengals definitely looked sketchy against the Ravens. It may have been, I'm not gonna say rust, but yeah, they just didn't. Those teams look like it's gonna take them a while to get back into the swing of things or be clicking on the cylinders they were prior to the event that transpired on the field. You know, it may be something with that, but you know, I think all in all, it's gonna be Kansas City Chiefs are playing at another level right now. I think they're gonna be there. They're gonna be there. It just comes down to, can the Bills meet them there? You know, so
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of things to look forward to. So, you know, those are the NFL playoffs. Obviously, we got no control over that, so we're going to be looking forward to watching those games. But are we going to have a game of the week next Monday?
Yes.
From the Xbox Pro side.
Yes.
Okay.
It'll definitely be a game of the week. So make sure you guys tune back in next Monday. We're trying to get it scheduled for 5 p.m. Pacific time. There's no playoff game on that Monday, so at least that I know of yet. But hopefully, if all goes according to plan, yeah, there will be a game of the week, Madden Underground game of the week, Monday at 5 p.m. Pacific. That's 8 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you guys hit that like, that follow button wherever you guys may be viewing from, and we'll see you then. I'm gonna watch these pre-games. I got to get into these pre-games. But also, like I said, we got a lot of different things coming up on Madden Underground on the Twitch. So make sure you guys hit that like, that follow, or if you feel compelled to subscribe. But yeah, we got a lot of good things, man. Like I said, we're working on the 24-hour channel where it's always something rolling. If we're not live, we got some classic matchups of the past. Maybe a Super Bowl from this year or a year before. Maybe last season's Super Bowl. Just great games that you guys can catch up on and kind of get a feel of the competition level over here at Madden Underground. So with that being said, Philly, it's time to order them buffalo wings and that pizza and get ready for this Cowboy game, man.
Yeah, hey, you know, see, I like the way you're thinking, man. You know, I'm gonna see if I can make a quick run out there to Texas Roadhouse.
I don't know about all that, but
maybe grab me.
I'm gonna tell you guys a glitch. Maybe you guys can call me a slumlord or a low life for doing it. But DoorDash.
Get the lawyers ready. Lawyer up. Lawyer up.
DoorDash. Call up DoorDash. Order something. And if the food tastes just 10%, it don't taste 10% as good as it normally tastes. Maybe I would say 2%. Ask for a refund, and they're obligated to give it to you.
Maybe going off the air, son.
They're obligated to give it to you. They're obligated to give it to you. So order some food through DoorDash.
Lawyer up.
And if the food is cold, lukewarm, or anything, ask for a refund, and they have to give it to you. So
do not try this at home. This is for professional advice only. It's for professionals only. Do not try this at home.
Everybody, I got the DoorDash ebook coming. I got the DoorDash ebook coming out soon. I'm gonna drop that DoorDash ebook and let you guys know how you. and keep in mind, all the tips in the ebook does not affect the delivery person in no capacity. It's directly affecting the corporations that are creating the food. With that being said, I'm gonna get off of here and order me some DoorDash, and hopefully we get that sponsorship. All right, fellas, we'll see you guys on Monday, man. See you guys Monday. Actually, Wednesday. We got a podcast. Yeah.
I was like, man, you know, a whole week from now.
Yeah, so we'll see you. We'll see you guys day after tomorrow on the podcast. So podcast Wednesday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll see you guys then. We'll get a little bit more into this in the ebook and give you guys exact date.
The ebook is coming out.
You know what I'm saying? So see you soon.